Bizarre case out of Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Alan Charles Shepard of Fergus Falls is facing a long string of charges after he said he was trying to cremate his grandmother's remains in someone else's backyard. Reading from the statement of probable cause, in part with the names of officers omitted. On November 4th, 3:39 p.m., Fergus Falls Police Chief radioed he's responding to here 324 Cecil Avenue in Fergus regarding a possible burning of illegal materials. Multiple law enforcement officers responded as well. While en route, police sergeant observed a large column of black smoke coming from the backyard of 324 Cecil Avenue. When the sergeant arrived, he observed the fire chief speaking with an adult male identified as Alan Shepard, the defendant. Shepard appeared upset and was pacing back and forth and became irate and yelled at the sergeant to get off the property. Shepard continues stating that he was one of the last remaining chiefs of the Native American tribe and the sergeant and white man coming to steal his land. Shepard claimed the sergeant was violating the peace treaty. Shepard stated that as a Native American, he had the right to cremate his grandmother, and he was celebrating a Native American cremation ceremony with the fire. The sergeant observed plastics in the fire and attempted to explain to Shepard that burning the plastics in a recreational campfire was prohibited by city ordinance. The homeowner indicated that she had not provided permission for anyone to burn plastics on her property. Shepard was asked to put the fire out. He stated he would eventually. Shepard was again informed the fire needed to be put out, and Shepard stated that he would when he wanted to. The defendant was told the fire needed to be put out now, and Shepard stated that he would not do that. Shepard was informed that he was under arrest for obstructing the legal process. Shepard was told to put his hands back behind his head. Instead, he lifted his hands in the air and backed away from the sergeant and lieutenant. Shepard made a motion suggested of punching lieutenant. Sergeant pulled the defendant to the ground. Shepard then tucked his left arm under his body, refusing any instructions to remove it. Shepard also refused, placing his right arm behind his back. Shepard was informed that he may be sprayed or tased if he did not comply. Eventually, the Shepard released his arms to law enforcement without law enforcement deploying either. Shepard refused to stand on his own and had to be drugged to the squad car. During transport, he continued to kick at and resist law enforcement. He had to be pulled through the squad, and after only a few feet of transport, Shepard began kicking the rear side door from inside the vehicle. Law enforcement deployed a chemical irritant to control him. Shepard stated that law enforcement would need several more cans of spray to get him to stop. Officers were able to secure the defendant's feet with a hobble restraint. While securing the restraint, Shepard spit on an officer, and after the Shepard was adjusted, he began banging his head on the door. Sergeant sat in the back seat to secure the defendant, while officers continued the transport to the Otter Tail County Detention Facility. At the jail, the defendant had a blood alcohol of .228. That's near 3 times the legal limit. Shepard caused an estimated $1,104 to damage to the squad car, and a sergeant sustained a bruise on his right hand and was treated for injuries at the hospital related to the Shepard's resistance during this incident. Fergus Falls Fire Department remained on scene to extinguish the fire. Shepard now charged with obstruct the legal process, interfere with peace officer, assault of a peace officer, a second count of assault of a peace officer, criminal damage to property, offensive, abusive, boisterous, noisy, obscene, and burning of refuge prohibited. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.